Hello everybody, welcome to A.C.V. Customized. This is Dusty, and today we're going to turn around and do a sketch. So today I'm using the Master's Touch sketch pad. And then here you go, you can get a better look at Master's Touch Fine Art Studio. Sketch pad, excellent for writing and sketching, accepts all dry media. And it does pretty good with those. It also does well with the inks as well, so at least the inks that I use. So let's turn around and take ourselves to a fresh page, and I hope you don't mind. I'm going to try to get the camera in the correct position the best I can. So what we're going to do today is we're going to start with our pencil. So here's the pencil I'm going to use. It's a automatic, and let's see, it's a Incorporate Soft Script 07, and well, there you go. Mostly you just get these at a dollar store, someplace where you turn and get a pack of them for $5, $6, something like that. So let's turn and get started here. Let's see what we can do with our pictures. So I'll try to keep this in focus and in frame for you. Please don't mind if my hand on the camera is shaking just a tad. Happens sometimes when you're trying to hold it just right. Let's see if I can get focused. Okay, so let's turn around and get started. Now I'm gonna try and be honest. We're going to do a little bit different. Sometimes artists don't always know what they want to draw. So every now and a long time, what happens is that you just decide that you just try to draw. You see what you get out of the deal. And that's what we're going to do here today. So there may be some erasing and things of that nature. Don't worry, that happens. But we're going to find out together what this is going to be. Sometimes you just got to do it and go with the flow of it and have some fun. So let's see what we can get here. Let's see what we can get. Let's see, we're kind of getting a nice rounded shape here. Could possibly be. It does look a little bit like you could have a shape of some kind of mammal or something. Well, like I said, let's keep going. Let's see what we can get out of the deal. Let's see what we get here. I think I know where we're going with this now. Now that I've gotten started good, I think I know exactly where we're going with it. Yeah, I think we'll go with this. So what we're going to be drawing then, what it looks like I'm going to be doing is trying to draw, well, sort of like a dog. Some kind of a dog. Let's turn around and let's play around with this. Let's see what we can do. Now I don't know if I'm going to ink this yet or not. I may, and I may not. So let's just, like I said, let's see where we go from here. Let's turn around and put a little bit of a thing. And no, I do not have any reference here, so this is, it's going to look how it's going to look. But you make adjustments. Never know what you're gonna get. So let's do this. Right second, it looks like he's smiling. Hey, that works good. See? Give you a good feeling right there when you have the dog look like he's smiling at you. Now let's see. Let's try and get this like so. And I will do my best to keep the camera in focus. See what we can do with this. Okay. There we go. So let's see. Let's go into his throat area. Let's do something a little more on that order right there. Want to kind of make him look a little bit like he's. Let's see what we're gonna get here. As I said, just kind of go with the flow of it sometimes. You can't Can't always guarantee what you're gonna get. Here we go. Let's see. Let's try to get a little bit of a base body. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I am sitting here darkening this just a tad. You can go lighter. I'm going a little darker to make sure that you can see what I'm doing. And now, yes, if you look, I've got a whole big page. I can fill it up, or I might just turn around and do a little bit at a time. So let's see what we got here. See if I do that, then we're going to try and come over here. So let's go with a thicker tail. Let's go with a thicker tail right there. And we're going to round it off right about there. So that gives it kind of a nice look. Okay, let's turn around and let's try to get these paws and all in. Let's see what we can do. Let's get his paws and all in here if we can. Now remember, sometimes when you're doing this, it might not look exact. Okay. Sorry about that, just needed a minute. Now, let's get back to the legs. Let's get these legs where we want them. There are hundreds of ways to do this. I know that you might be looking at me or you might be looking at my drawing, you might be thinking, I don't know if we're gonna like it. Well, sometimes just go with the flow, like I said. It doesn't necessarily have to always be so accurate. It just depends on the style you're going with. Now, as you can tell, it might be a little bit fluffy, but hey, think about the dog breeds. You got different kinds. Very fluffy dog breeds. Man, have you seen some of the hair on some of them? Very thick. Very thick. Now, like I said, sometimes you're just supposed to have fun when you're doing art. That's exactly what it is. You're just supposed to have fun. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have some fun. Yeah, still in view. Good. Just want to make sure. Now, if you're wondering, I'm actually, unlike the last couple of videos, I'm actually turning around and doing the voice as I'm doing this. So I may not talk as much this time. So, I hope everybody enjoys it. Hope everybody's having a good day, too. Whoever's watching this video, I hope you're having a good day. Okay, let's see. Get ourselves that. What we're going to do is we're actually going to just put like this paw right here. Like so. Put the paw right there. What we're going to do is then we're going to go up. There you go. And we'll do a little more of a thing. We're going to do that. Okay, so there's his front paws. Let's see if we can get the back paw. We're going to put the other back paw right about here. Like I said, let me see if I can get this thing to be in the right area and focus. I'll do my best to keep it in. So let's see. Don't want to have quite that kind of curve. I'm not saying it might not look good, but I don't want it that curved. I'm going to go with a little bit lighter curve. So let's see. That. And I'll do my best to hopefully y'all can hear me good. I'll try to talk out loud, talk as loud as I can, I mean. Without, making it sound like I'm screaming my head off at you. So, there you go. Let's do that. That. That right there. What we're going to do is we're going to make his tail, or her tail, I haven't decided, go a little bit fluffy right there. There we go. Also a good build up already for the, one part. There we go. go. Let's try and put a little more. Let's try to go a little more muscular right there. A little more right there. I'm gonna go ahead and erase some of that because some of that's gonna be covered with fur. So let's see what we got here so far. Not too bad. Not too bad of a style right there for a dog. A little extra long on the legs maybe. But you know, gotta blow some of this eraser and all off. Now, let's see. I think we actually got a pretty nice look right there with the fur, with the legs and the overall body. Yeah, I think that's where I want it. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna try to see about doing a little more right here with the eyes. Now, I admit that, you know, now when you, depending on the size of the drawing, I'm going to be honest, see, this is the size of it. So, as you get into sizes like this, it looks pretty big in one way, but it may not be the exact size that you would, you know, normally go with. You might want to go bigger size, depending on how sophisticated you wanted the details in this. So what we're gonna do here is gonna try to make it look a little bit like a pupil. There you go. I'd say that's probably pretty good. Let's do this with the ears real quick. Let's say okay. So let's see, that right there. And don't mind me, I'm trying to film and try and get the camera just in the right angle. Now, going with a little bit of a lump right about there, right there. Now, I'm not going to say this is a guarantee dog breed right here, you know. Everybody has different, you know. Some people might want to actually take and look at a picture or something when they're making this. They might, you know, if you're wanting to do your own, you might want to even look at a different picture. But feel free to follow along. I mean, that's the whole point of doing this, is so, you know, y'all can enjoy it as well. So, I'm going to do a little bit of erasing right there. Kind of give it this a little bit of an extra look, like so. So we got that. Now, let's see. What do we want to do here? Okay, so we've gotten started right here in this. So it went from being just a basic shape to now being a canine. Now we could go with maybe this is a little bit of a cartoonish. Actually, you could do about anything you want on this. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so let's add a little bit of fur. Now, I've seen tons of videos on how you do the fur. Don't mind me. I kind of do what they say, but I do a little bit of my own thing on this. Sometimes you just gotta go with the flow. You gotta try out new things, and sometimes you may not like it the way they show it exactly, but you know, you might want it your way. You might want to do it your own style. So, as you can tell, I mean, it's not necessarily like the sharp, I don't have like the sharpest tip on the pencil. I'm kind of doing a rough thing. I'm just doing a very rough outline. And so, if I'm going into more details, more coloring, I might want a different shape, different design. You know, this might be long hair, might be short hair. Right this minute, what I'm after is just the look of a fur. So kind of get a general idea of the lines, the line work, and see where it's going, and that's what I'm doing right this minute. Just want to get a good idea of where all the lines are going to go. Is it a guarantee that I'm going to get on the tail? Sorry about that. If I pulled this out a little bit, it would be I wouldn't be able to lean in like I like to do with my drawings. So let's get this. Let's get some of that hair on the outside. I mean, you know, it doesn't have to be matted hair or terrible or anything. There we go. That's not bad. That's not bad. You just take and put a little extra here. And as I said, I mean, to you this may not look exactly like the normal fur, but you know, right this minute, this is just a sketch. This is an actual complete sketch right this second. I'm playing around, doing a little testing, seeing what I like, what I don't like. See, let's get right here. Let's see what we can do right here. Now you can use reference photos when you want to do fur and hair. I do a lot of my drawings right here from. I do use some reference sometimes, but I do sometimes when I'm just sketching. You know, I do some of my designs solely off of memory. Sometimes, I admit, I do it different ways, different times, different ways. There we go. Maybe a little extra. Now we'll go ahead and erase the extra dot. I think the first dot's good, but I think I'm gonna leave it just one and not have both. Don't want it to appear like I've got too much of a weird angles going on. So, and then let's darken up this so we don't want to blend too bad. There you go. So let's do that. Yeah, let's do that. So there's the back paws. So we still got some fur to put on. Let's see. Let's try around and get in here and do a little bit more fur or fur-like looks right here. Let's see what we can do. Okay. And like I said, let's darken that because I don't want the back leg to turn around and look like it's connected to the front leg. That wouldn't work real well. It wouldn't look as good as I would want it. So let's do that. Let's turn around and do this. Put this shape in. As I said, this is a rough sketch. So there's things that you may want to look different, might not. So this is just how I do my style right here. I do sketching, and sometimes if I want to turn and do it in inking, I will. And like I said, sometimes you just want to play around, have some fun. As you can tell, in the face, I mean, it's kind of hard to do the hair right here. You might not want it. I mean, you gotta have some, because it looks a little, to me, you would look a little off. So I'm gonna put the hair, try to blend it together a little bit. And there's more you can do. So let's do that. There's always more you can do. So, if you want. Just remember, you don't want to, you know, if you get to a point where you like your picture, you don't want to overdo anything. So there we go. Fur-wise, I think we got the fur exactly where we want it. Now, I'm going to put a couple dots right here. Yes, I might look a little bit like I have a few extra dots. So let's turn around and do this. Let's pull these lines out. Let's make ourselves have a little bit of the there you go. Yeah, close, it may not look right. Let's see. Let's try and get a good look. As I said, you can change things though as you go along, so if you don't like it exactly how you want it, it's not exactly the way you would like it. Or if you think it needs something more. Let me test out a little bit of a oh, look, I got a good mustache on my dog. I'm gonna try and be honest, I'm gonna change that out just a little. I know you're turning probably like, he's erasing. And you might even be like, oh, well, that didn't erase it really good. Well, like I said before, it doesn't matter on that part. You gotta just do it the way you feel like you can do it. And now let's turn the fur back in. There you go. We're just gonna leave it like that on that one. There we go. Okay, so that's our dog right there, I think. And does that mean I'm done with the drawing, or am I gonna add more to the background, to the scenery? Well, let's see. Do I want to add more? Well, let's see. Well, let's add something. Let's add a little bit of something here. Okay. Let's add maybe a little bit of something. Make it look a little bit like the ground, maybe. Now, I'm not doing any kind of point perspective or anything, which you could do. You could. Oops, sorry about that. I'm trying to keep it in the thing. Let's do this. Let's do this. There you go. Got him at least walking on something that way. Still looking like he's just floating in the air. And what we're gonna do is I'm gonna do this. Now I could grab a ruler and we can make this look straight. As you can tell, the lead's getting a little thin, so let me push it out a little. If I wanted it to be straight lines, then that would be what I'd do. I'm not after the straight lines and trying to make it look real fancy pants on that part. So let's see. Let's make sure that it's a little dark. There. There. Make sure that it's dark right there. Make sure the legs are separated and you can tell. There we go. Do that. So, as you can see, right here is what I'm doing. I've got a dog. Got him walking. Now I could, you don't really know exactly what he's directly walking on, but it's ground. It is a ground. Like I said, you can go more detailed, you can go less detail. Right this second, I'm just doing a sketch. And showing you, sometimes you don't know what you're going to do right off, so you want to, play around. Go ahead. If you just want to do a drawing just for fun, that's what you do. Now, if you want to follow along, you can as well. Turn around and do this drawing with me. Yeah, feel free to slow it down, pause it, whichever way you need to do. If your computer allows you to slow it down, go ahead and slow it down. If your computer allows you, as long as you can pause it, go ahead and pause it. So let's see. And yes, I will move the page around, move the paper around a little bit too. So let's see, what do I want to put in here? I can put a whole bunch of different things in here. Well, let's see. Why don't we come over here to this corner? Now see, you can see there's like a line right here on my page, so you can pull the page out, so anything over that you wouldn't get. So we're gonna do our best not to go over the line too much, because don't want to lose anything. Now let's see if anybody can figure out what I'm going to be making right here. I'm going to do a loose design. I'm not going to go necessarily a full-on detail. But I bet by now everybody who's watching this video might already know what I'm making. I'm betting that they probably already have a general idea what it'd be. Now, is it an exact? Of course not. But as I've said, I'm not necessarily trying to go with an exact thing right here. So let's do that. Right there. And with that, I know it looks like he's off the ground, so let's do this. Consider like someone who made this, they turned and do it right. I'm not talking about the drawing, I mean, imagine it like whoever built this area didn't turn around and make the ground exactly like they were supposed to, and they kind of made it a little crooked and all. Now think about it like that, and then you have something really going right here. That would be bad though, Imagine driving around, you see this extra area where people have been, where they turn around, we're making like a sidewalk, and they made this real rough. It's not even really evenly put out, and you got a fire hydrant all of a sudden, but they have to turn around and pull the sidewalk out just so they can fit the fire hydrant because they didn't do it right. Now imagine that. That would be bad. It'd be bad if that happened. I'm not gonna say that couldn't happen. I'm gonna say maybe it hasn't happened. Maybe it has happened even. Well, you know, have some fun. You know, like Bob Ross used to turn around and say. I mean, just let your imagination go sometimes with this. That's what it is about. Doing designing, doing drawing, playing around with it. Sometimes you just do it for the fun of it. If you do everything just to, for doing it without, the idea of wanting to have fun doing it, then honestly, what would be the point? If everything, even if you turn around and you love doing art, then you need to have fun doing it. I try. This is not actually, see, this is where I do now. I start working on doing my artwork and turn around trying to become an artist as far as where people actually see my art. This is not what my original job was. This is not what my original job was. I did this for fun, did this on the side. My other job at the time when I had it, I did enjoy it. I had fun. I had fun for a good while. I'm not gonna tell everybody or bore everybody exactly with what caused it to change. But see, it changed, and that's the problem. It changed. I enjoyed it, but it got harder to turn around and really say that I had fun doing it. It got to the point where it wasn't something I enjoyed as much as I had when I started. But I kept enjoying my artwork and all. So sometimes you gotta just do what you can to have fun with it. Don't get me wrong, there are jobs out there that you can enjoy doing them. But you can't exactly go out of your way to really well, some things you can have more fun, you can turn and actually make more fun out of it than other jobs. Some jobs you can't do that with. And so the job I had, I just enjoyed. It was something I wanted to do. That's why I did it. Just something I enjoyed doing, something I wanted to do. And so that's what I was doing. It wasn't something you can make light of. It was not one of those jobs where you made light of it. It was important. There was a lot of things you had to do that were important. And sometimes so I took it very serious to do it, and I enjoyed it. Have fun. But then other people didn't, then things just changed, and I couldn't have fun anymore with it, or I couldn't enjoy it anymore. Not like I did. So, either way, the point that I'm making is, you gotta enjoy doing art and all. When you're doing art and drawings and stuff, sometimes just have fun. Take time. Play with it. Don't be so serious with it that you can't turn around and ever step back and just play around and try to, I guess, what would the right word be? Just enjoy it. I mean, it's the right word. Just enjoy doing it. Because if you get to a point where you don't enjoy doing something, then in all honesty, it might be time to turn around and look for something new to do. I mean, it's a hard fact. But if you do get to a point where you don't have any kind of enjoyment, you just do it for doing it, then it may very well be time to find something new to do. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that it's an easy thing, because it's not. Because, but it does happen. I've enjoyed doing art for years. I'm just getting into doing it where it's more of a public viewing and getting where people can, see me doing it and hoping that people might want to even buy some of my art. I've just gotten more into that section of it. But, like I said. Now, if you think I'm just turning around and randomly putting, or, well, sort of randomly putting, that is actually what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to give it like a... Well, have you ever seen the pavement? I mean, certain angles, it just looks like rock. Just looks like there's just rock all throughout the pavement. It's like, you know, some places are flat completely, while other areas, you know, it looks like you got little tiny rocks here and there, and you know, and I could sit here and do it, but see, I want to quit. I'm wanting to do it real quick, and I'm wanting it to kind of have the illusion of the rock without turning around and me having to sit here and individually draw thousands upon thousands of rocks. I mean, this little section, if this was in real life right here, you would, and I was trying to draw an exact thing just by sketching, that could take hours to actually draw each individual stone in the correct area if you were looking at it for real. And if you ever actually look, sometimes they actually do have designs in the rocks. I mean, you have to look and focus really hard, because it's not, you know, but it's funny, but things actually do fall into. I've watched a few artists turn and talk about how you don't, you know, you gotta be careful where you put the dots, because if you put them in line with something, then it might turn and cause a shape or something that you weren't planning on. But you know, but sometimes actually in real life, that's actually something that happens. You wouldn't expect it, but sometimes you get an actual shape or something in the right angles, the right shadows of stuff. You'll get a shape. You won't expect it. You won't think that there's supposed to be a shape, but you'll get a shape all of a sudden in the picture. You'll get a shape all of a sudden that you won't even expect to be there. You wouldn't even think. And so that's kind of what I'm going with right here, is like, you might get some shapes. So if you see some of these dots connecting, don't worry about it. I mean, you know, unless it's just not something you want in your drawing, don't worry about it too much. Not for this kind. You know, rough sketches like this, you wouldn't worry about it too much. So what? I mean, I could literally make like something that would look a little bit like a Y almost, and have it do that way. And you think about it, you might actually walk on the road, and you might all of a sudden see what looks like that shape. See this little section right here, if you really look at it hard, you'll see like there's a Y right there, like a letter Y. And the reality is sometimes that'll happen in real life. You'll walk somewhere, you'll see a pattern, a shape, something that, you know, in certain angles. You may not see it in every angle. Now on a drawing, I mean, it's you do your best to give it like this three-dimensional look on a drawing. I mean, think about it. You know, in real life, you can turn around, move side to side, walk around. A drawing, hand drawing, I mean, I can turn and show you different angles of the picture, but, you know, it's not going to be the same way. It's not going to look exactly the same. It'll be a little bit different design. You might see a different pattern if you look at it in different angles. So let's see. Not really. You still usually see about the same thing. And of course, what I'm going to do is back here, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to bring up some of this grass a little bit more right here. Because, I mean, and this is all I do for grass and stuff. It looks pretty haphazard, I guess, to most would look pretty haphazard, but I mean, you know, imagine grass is wavy, different, you know, it grows like hair. It grows different sizes sometimes. It don't always stay the same. I mean, you can cut grass and miss a weed and it'd be taller than the rest of the weeds or any other number of things, and you know, and I've done that plenty where I live. Cut the yard, and next thing you'll know is that there'll be grass growing in different areas and be taller in some areas than others. You know, just gotta do that. And then like this right here, I'm doing a little bit of a darkening just so I can, you know, so it doesn't look like I've got two different layers of grass, because it's like going up a hill in a way, but it's not really, it doesn't, you know, it's just giving the illusion of it. It doesn't have to be an exact. So let's do this. What do we got right here? We're gonna turn around and make ourselves, you know, we're gonna make ourselves kind of like like a little bit of a tree stump right here. And see, the picture is in the slight angle. You can tell it's just how I've drawn it. We got the dog going down the thing right there. So let's see. We're gonna put kind of a knot right here, big one too. I mean, we're not gonna make it no small knot. And then we're gonna turn and do that. And of course, you do this right here. You make it. You know, you're making it with the three-dimensional look right here, because that's how it is. I mean, that's what I see a lot of times when I see them. Okay, so we're gonna go different. We're gonna go a little bit rough sketching right here. It's almost gonna look a little bit like dog fur in a way, but it's not, because it's gonna be a little longer. You know, and then when you hit there, it's gonna be it'll be a different shape once you get there. And you can go a slight angle from the hole to give it that, you know, just give it a different look. Like right here, I'm gonna do this. Let's see if I can get it. I'm trying to get it just right. I'm sorry if the camera is still going on. I might not have the camera right, because what it is, I'm looking over the screen that tells you what I'm doing. See, I'm not looking at the actual camera screen as I'm doing this. So there we go. Got that and got that. And I'm just darkening it a little bit. Now see, I can go in way more detail here. I can go a whole bunch darker in different areas. Like right here, I'm gonna just do this to kind of, you know, blend it all together and everything. Now, it might not look, you know, you might be thinking, well, that's, but you know, it just doesn't matter. You just turn around, play around, and have some fun with it. Get it where you want it to go. Now, of course, like most pencils, though, I'm going to tell you, this can smudge. Just this little bit I've done can smudge. Now, I'm not going to go real deep and dark in the shadow. I can, I'm just not going to. Because like I said, this one's just a sketch. This is a pencil sketch. I've decided I'm not going to turn and make this one an inking. You can. Don't get me wrong, you can go in. It looked pretty good with ink. I mean, if you really did it, if I really went ahead and did it, it would look good with inking. Now see, I can turn and go more. I could turn and add a whole bunch more right here into this section right here. We can do a whole bunch of stuff. This could look like a park right on this side, right here. And it just depends on how you want to go about it. You know, this right here, I mean, you know, it just depends on what you want to do. If you want it to have like a park look, go ahead. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know that I'm gonna go with a park. It's not like you can't, I'm not sure that I want to do that. But then on the other hand, you know, let's turn around and just do something for a little bit more fun. Let's off in the distance. Let's make it look like it's gonna be off in the distance, sort of. So let's turn around and do some line work. Let's just do lines. And I know that everybody's probably going to be trying to figure out what it is I'm doing. So let's see if this works like I want it to. Because like I said, you're playing around, you're experimenting. And sometimes that's what you got to do. You got to just experiment with it. So let's do this. See, I'm trying to make sure that all the lines go to the top. They don't have to be straight. Just trying to make them. See? And as you can tell, that's what we got right here. We got it. So the corner at the sides is a little bit thicker. Now I can do more detail. You can go way more detail. I want there to be some light behind them, so I'm not going to go full pitch black dark on this. Oops. Yeah, I know I could probably tape the page down. I could have even pulled it out of the thing, but I don't want to do that. So let's see. Let's try and make sure that this right here is just real dark. I don't want it to, I want this edge to stand completely out from that, because I'm not going to go all the way dark. Yeah, let's see. That's not too bad right there. And then you go you know, kind of look at it like that and all, you might have a yeah, kind of got maybe some bushes even. Could be a bush, could be, just depends on how you want to look at it. Let's see what I can get here. So like I said, I mean, you know, I'm playing around. It's not gonna, it may not look exactly like you would think. But you know, that's just how life works sometimes. You just go with the flow, you play around, you have fun. And that's actually what I'm doing. I'm just playing around with it, having some fun. I'm not gonna guarantee that it's, you know, you may not like it. Whoever's watching this video might not like this as much. You might think, oh, maybe he should have put more time into it. Maybe he should have been less, I don't know, I guess less going with the flow with it, I guess. I don't know what you might call it. I don't actually know what y'all would turn around, what somebody would say, you know. Everybody is to their own opinion, though, so it's not like I... So like, right here, we're going to turn and do these. We're going to have, like, little blades of grass that are going to be a little bit higher than what you might think, and we're gonna do something. We're gonna try right here to do something like this. So we're gonna have those, and we're gonna turn around and we're gonna start pulling out some like grass right here. But we're gonna turn around and have it thin out. See, it's real thick right here. So we're gonna turn around and thin this. I'm gonna have real tall blades though here and there. I'm gonna see what this is gonna bring us right here. It might bring what I'm looking for. It might bring what I was thinking, and then, you know, it might not be exactly as I thought, but you know, it doesn't matter. That's the whole thing, you know, you're just having fun. You know, and I know some people might, you know, I know that you might turn and think, well, you know, we wouldn't know that wasn't your plan if you didn't tell us. And you're right. But I'm trying to show you the thought process behind all this, too. You know, I could turn and not tell you, but you know, I wanted to show you. I'm trying to have fun with it, and that is really what I wanted to show you, is that you can have fun. You can have fun doing these drawings, these designs and stuff. Sometimes that's all you're doing, is just you're playing around, you're testing out what works, what doesn't work. See, now I'm getting into this really like almost like just single dashes here and there, different angles. See, I'm going with the illusion like it's at a great distance now. We just look like a couple patches of real tall like weeds that they turn around and they just haven't cut. So I mean, you know, it's gonna be a little bit tall grass here and there, but you know, it's kind of, that's what I'm going with, is this like, you know, they turn around, they haven't cut the grass in a long time, maybe over here. You know, maybe it's really tall, maybe it's just basic height. You know, think about it. You got this design right here, and if you're really looking at it, like, take a good close look. It does it. See, you got the little bit of a, you almost got like this hill right here. So I could have went I could go a little bit more, here, because I'm wanting it to still look like it's off in the distance. It's starting to go off in the distance, so we don't want it real thick. We don't. See, there you go. Add a little bit more, then you go to the next level and see it's went down some. You got some, but you got this line right here, and this line is where you're showing that there's like a hill. So there you go. And like I said, you can do one more. So you kind of got a little hill there, and you got these little sections. So, you know, go through, and I'm gonna do that. There you go. You know, I'm gonna make those real dark areas. So they could be holes, they could be hills. You know, it just depends on how you look at it. Depends on what you think. Depends on what you want to think about it. So there we go. So now you got the illusion like you real thick grass right up in here, real thick. Which, I mean, I could keep going, but eventually I'm going to be overworking it, and I'll lose the you'll lose the illusion if you keep working it too much. So either way, got really kind of like tall grass. I think you can turn and see, so got all this line work right here. So actually it does kind of work with how I would be, what I was planning. So you turn around and you got, if you're really looking at it, then you might start seeing like there's patterns and designs. I'm gonna put these little lines right here to turn around and kind of give the illusions like I need. So I'm sure that by now you've probably realized that what it is that I was. Okay, so as you can see, just so I can make sure that the video didn't cut out wrong area. So as you can see, you can almost turn and tell now what I'm doing is these are trees, real thick trees. So like I said, this could be a park. It just depends. Now, as I said, you gotta have fun. You gotta enjoy playing around with this. I mean, that's what that's what drawing and sketching and all is about. Is to have fun. Now I know if anybody that does anything professional like in comics and stuff of that nature, I mean, you still want to have fun with it, but you always gotta turn around and make sure that you give what it is that the people you're working for are wanting. I understand that. So for anybody who might be thinking, I'm telling you, something off on that part, I'm not. I'm telling you that when you're, I'm telling you just need to turn and learn to have fun when you're drawing. Enjoy your sketching. Take time, play around with it sometimes. Because if you don't turn around and do that, you might, if you turn around and you just start treating it completely like it's some kind of a job even if it is your job, if you start treating it too much like, it just has to be done, you can't do anything else with it, it just has to be done, and you might get where you don't love doing it anymore. So, just have fun. Enjoy. So either way, I think we're going to call this picture finished. Because I could go in more depth, I could do more. But I think we're going to turn and call it finished. And we're going to add a little bit of a kind of a funny thing to it then, to make it like as part of the picture and also this. So since I always sign my pictures too, I'm going to also turn and do a little something right here. I'm going to take, let's make sure we got enough lead. Yeah, I think we got enough lead. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make it look like someone scrolled it into the sidewalk. As much as I can. Imagine how this look if you're standing right on top of it. If it looks like this shape when you're standing right there. So either way. Yeah, you can do different things. I'm just gonna darken it a little bit around the corners. See, it's still my signature. I'm just trying to make it kind of matching a little bit with the surrounding. See, it looks like someone actually like scrolled it into the concrete while it was really wet still. Probably whoever did that would have turned around and made the people who poured that very unhappy. So, either way, I hope everybody enjoyed it, and I'll go ahead and let you know this is November the 2nd. So let's turn around and do it like so. Let's actually make it be what you might would think. So 11/02/2023. So anybody who sees, imagine the worker who turned around and would have, poured this and then turned around, went home, or went to lunch. They had to let it dry, and so they couldn't, they weren't able to go any further, do any more, and they were going on a lunch break. And imagine they left the area for a little while. Let's see if I can get the camera back in. Imagine when they came back and they came back from lunch. Ooh, they would be very unhappy to see. They would have been very unhappy to see that. They they probably would have fixed it, but imagine, you know, if they just came back, it was dry, saw that, and they had so much more to do that they couldn't turn around and fix it that day. Or maybe that was the worker who did it, and he just wanted to make sure that everybody knew who did it and what day they paid, what day. So either way, just like I said, have fun, enjoy yourself. Like I said, you can do more stuff to this. Like I can turn and do this. I've already signatured, so. But like I said, when you're looking at things, you might overthink it, you might overdo it. So this is actually the last thing. I just wanted to make sure that you can see that, you know, it's a little darker. A little darker, that's what you want. Some places you want a little darker. Like I said, feel free to follow along though. I mean, it'll look, I expect that yours would look a little different than mine. Some people can make it look exactly identical to what, you know, somebody else does. But, you know, feel free to follow along on the video. And I hope you have yourselves a wonderful day. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Turn on the bell for notifications of when I release my next set of videos. And I hope you have yourselves a wonderful day. Thank you. Have yourselves a great one.